Guys, is this thing on?
Oh, shut up. Whatever.
Presenting the Dead Eye Overshare podcast.
What's up, besties? It is your host, Zoe, and I'm back with another freaking episode on the Did I Overshare podcast today. I am so happy to be talking to you guys this week. I hope you guys are having a good week. It's currently Wednesday. If it's Wednesday for you when you're listening to this, how's it going? You know, all I did was work today. And I think about it like every single time I open for like work and have to get up early in the morning, I literally contemplate quitting my job and calling out. Literally for no fucking reason. I just feel so tired. I'm just like, actually, fuck this shit. I never do it. But I get to work and then I'm like, ooh, I'm actually not tired anymore. What the hell was that? But it's enough blabbing. Today's episode is It Is Okay to Be the Villain. And before we get in, I would just like to say if you end up liking this episode or anything, you know, like that, leave a review, a rating if you feel inclined. And this is available on YouTube, on every streaming device you listen to. And I'm always active on YouTube and Instagram where you guys can post if you're listening. I really do appreciate it and I love talking to you guys. Okay? But yeah, it's okay to be the villain. And why I say this is because people will always continue disrespecting you if you don't place boundaries. And we always talk about boundaries and we talk about how important they are and why you need them. And I feel like for me, specifically, they're so fucking important because I never had a backbone in my life. And now that I have a backbone where I'm gaining a backbone, let me say, life looks so different for me. I respect myself more. I love myself more. And honestly, I attract the right people because I don't just allow anybody to come in my life and just, you know, not treat me okay. So I think that's a beautiful thing. But more so what I mean by villain this time is it is okay to be the bad guy. It is okay if we gotta be an evil bitch sometimes, okay? Like sometimes I just feel like an evil bitch. Like I feel her resurfacing in me. You know, sometimes I try to hide her and, you know, keep her when I'm pissed off. But sometimes it's fucking needed, honestly. Like, let people the fuck know. And I always say this because people know what the hell they're doing. And you can only accept so much before it bites you in the ass. Like, me personally, I deal with consequences of my own when I don't have a backbone. I have my own consequences and my own blessings get blocked when I don't assert myself, when I don't stand up for myself, when I don't, how can I say it? Not really stand up for myself in a situation, but sometimes be a bitch. Honestly, just be a bitch. Tell a bitch about herself. Sometimes tell a man about themselves. Tell somebody about themselves if they need to hear it. Because some people really do need to hear it. A good little read. And so sometimes we need to hear it. Sometimes, you know, we don't always need to be a bitch, okay? But sometimes it's warranted, okay? And there's nothing wrong with being a bitch. Now, if you're just mean, okay, cut that shit. Throw it out the door. But if everything has a purpose and it's because somebody is disrespecting you, I'm all for it sometimes. I hate people who are just mean, nasty people. But sometimes you gotta be mean and nasty when it comes to certain people in certain situations. But also accept being the villain, accept doing wrong, accept being bad if you have to. Stop explaining yourself. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. You don't need to justify your actions. You don't have to defend your name, explain your reasoning. You don't have to do any of that. And I feel like so much of the time I would catch myself trying to explain why I did this or make sense of it or say, oh, hey, I hope I'm not a bad person because I did this or I did this. And it's like, fuck that. I know what the hell I did and I'm going to stand on it. And that's that, period. I don't need to defend my name because I know what I did and why I did it. So it's just like, if you see me as a villain, cool. I'm not in the mood for it anymore, okay? We are all misunderstood at some point or another, okay? People will understand the side of the story or the version of you that they want to believe, always. And I think we really need to remember this in many situations with people. Like, let's say, okay, let's go back to high school. Let's say you're in high school and you and somebody else just got into an argument or a beef, something like that. And now you have this whole group of people just looking at you sideways. They see that version of you. They want to believe that story. Now me, I think I've never really been that person. Sometimes I can catch myself being that person. But most of the time, I always kind of wanted to know how the person was going to be. So I would just find out my fucking self, you know? You cannot just go straight off rumors. You cannot just go straight off shit like that. You have to be able to figure somebody out. And now if rumor stands true, then rumor stands true, okay? But you also have to realize some people look at you like that, okay? You cannot expect people to see the good in you. You cannot expect people to side with you, to understand your reasoning, or, people will see the you they want to see. Okay? And whether that be bad, sad, mad, a bitch, a loser, whatever the hell, some people are going to perceive you how they want to perceive you. You don't need to explain yourself. And I think that's especially why we don't need to explain ourselves, because it's just like, why am I going to waste my breath if your opinion of me is not about to change? Okay, like why the fuck would I sit here and talk to you and ramble on and do all this extra shit for you not to give a fuck? For you, because why did you even think I would do some dirtball shit like that? Like, there's so many situations where people, like, I'll hear rumors about myself or something like that, okay? And I hear the people that believed it and all that, and I'm like, damn, you see me for that. You see me for that without even getting to know me, without knowing if the situation was true, and it wasn't. So it's just like, you have to let people sit with their delusions, because we sit with ours, right? We have our own opinions. We formulate our own opinions and stances on other people. Let them sit with their delusions. I'll sit with mine. Just get the fuck out of my face, okay? And the original title of this episode was going to be It's Okay to Be Evil, which I felt like that was a little harsh. But sometimes we need to show our ass. Sometimes we need to step out of that healing moment and let motherfuckers know this is what the fuck is up. And we can get back to that healing. Just because you have to be aggressive or be mean or be a bitch or do something like that, that does not mean you're not healing. That does not mean you're not learning and growing effectively. That does not mean that in the fucking slightest. Please understand that. And I think a lot of people get that confused. They're like, oh, if you're doing this, you wouldn't be doing this. You're all talk. No. This is me healing. This is me telling you to quit fucking with me. This is me telling you to know your fucking place and get the hell out of my face, okay? Because you're not going to continue disrespecting me. You're not going to continue walking all over me, making me feel shitty because of your own issues. Some people just need to learn about themselves. And not necessarily always in a bad way, because some people just haven't learned. Some people haven't got constructive criticism from those around them. And I think I see this a lot with family. Like, when we look at family dynamics, I don't know if it was a tweet or a TikTok, but it was going around and it was like, oh, when you end up meeting a motherfucker's family and you realize where the fuck they get it from, and this cycle will never quit. That one, because I can see that in my own family. I can see that in other families. People are going to enable other behaviors when they don't see anything wrong with it. Even if they don't like it, if they are used to it, they are going to enable it. Okay? And if you're the one that speaks up about it, you're automatically going to be painted as the bad guy. You have to realize that. That doesn't make you the bad guy inherently, maybe to them. But if you know you're not the bad guy, you were just trying to help somebody, or, let them the fuck know, hey, how you're acting is not acceptable. The way you're treating me is not acceptable. And you get shunned from that, for that, that's not your fault. It's not. And I really had to accept that within myself, because I'm just like, okay, I can only try to help somebody so much, and if they don't want my help, then what? Okay, then what? It's not my life, it's their life. Let them do what the fuck they're gonna do, okay? And I just had to understand that, and I think I'm finally getting to the point where I understand that. And I think a situation I kind of want to touch on, where I kind of see myself dealing with this now, is with social media. Now that I'm kind of in that sector, I'd like to say, not everybody's going to agree with me. And I have to accept that. I have to accept that some people are going to be assholes. Especially, I don't know what it is. Like, I guarantee you, there's people that listen to my podcast all the time, and they click and they're like, ooh, this bitch ain't for me. I don't agree with this. Or you probably do like listening to me and you're an avid listener, but there's some shit you don't agree with. That's cool. That's fine. That's normal as hell. I don't agree with everything I fucking hear, and I don't like everything I hear. But I don't know what the fuck it is about me posting on damn YouTube, posting my shorts on YouTube. These men are ruthless. And it's just so funny, because they clearly have nothing better to do. But it's just I'm finally starting to deal with hate comments, and I'm just like, okay, how do I can't comment back and, be an asshole. I mean, I could, but that's not me. And not everybody deserves a reaction, especially when they want a fucking reaction, okay? So I think I'm navigating that, but I'm also learning to accept, okay, now I'm stepping into the public eye. Not everybody's going to agree with me. Most people probably won't agree with me. And that's okay. And most people might be really vocal about that. And that is okay. Now, some shit's not okay, but what's happening right now is okay and it's normal and it happens and it's fine. But I mean, so I like being, especially when it comes to social media, I like being a little passive aggressive. A little bit. Not aggressive, not outwardly mean or rude or anything like that, but just a little, like, I think somebody, here, let me read it to you guys, okay? Because it was actually funny because it was the second comment I got on this singular post. This dude commented, he said, "You're a woman who needs attention and validation." First of all, yes, don't we all? Hello? Don't we all want attention and validation? Duh, what the fuck? Was that supposed to be an insult? He thought it was going to be an insult. But I just kind of read it and laughed. And I was just like, you just took the time out of your day to do this, okay? And I responded, and I literally just said, I corrected him because I used the wrong form of your. So I did the right form of your with a smiley face and then just said thank you. Because, I mean, thank you. And I think that it really is something I'm accepting, which is also kind of beautiful stepping into the public eye. Some I will get clocked a couple times. Like people will read me to filth. And sometimes that's okay. Sometimes I need to learn and sometimes like I need adjustment and constructive criticism and that's fine. And I think that's a cool aspect. And then we just have the, hatiness aspect of it, okay? But whatever, that's fine. So I think I'm currently in the phase where I'm just trying to understand that not everybody's gonna agree with me. And it's been like this my whole life. Not everybody has agreed with me my whole life. But some people are just gonna be more vocal about it and some people are gonna be assholes. So I'm kind of picking and choosing, okay, who am I gonna respond to? Like, I'm gonna be okay, fine, heart everybody's comment, fine. But some people need to fucking hear it. Okay? And I feel like when Lord, when I get bigger, okay? I want to remain 100% genuine, 100% myself. And that really ties in with people, not everybody liking me. Because I want to make sure, hey, if I'm going to defend myself, I'm going to defend myself. I feel like some people just don't address shit that needs to be addressing, which nobody owes us anything. I don't owe anybody anything. If I don't want to respond to something, I don't have to. But me being me, I'm going to want to, okay? So I think I have to navigate when I respond, how I respond, and if I need to respond. Which is good, which is beautiful for me. And I love that I get to learn that, especially stepping into this new space. But in my head, I'm like, oh, I just tell this bitch to go jump off a fucking cliff. Whether like I'm losing my shit in my head, you can't do that. You can I have to. I'm composed. On the outside, I'm always fucking composed. But this is me in everyday life. Like this is especially me at work. I've always been a crash out inside my head, but never verbally. Well, sometimes verbally, but most of the time not verbally. So now that, like I said, I'm growing a fucking backbone, I think I talk back to customers now. I'm never rude, never malicious. And this is what I mean when I say I respond to comments. I don't think I'll ever be at a point in my life where I'll just want to answer something with hatred, ever. But like when customers are just fucking assholes to me sometimes, I ask them about themselves. Are you okay? Are you good? Like just questions that make them think and they're just like, let me reevaluate. Or just honest questions like, what is wrong with you? Ma'am, don't speak to me like that. Ma'am, don't do this. Sir, don't do this. So many things like that. Which maybe that's not mean. For most people, that's not mean. But now we can get to the point where there's that little stuff. But now we can get to the point where it's like, oh, let me get my get back. Because there's situations like that. And there is some situations where I do think revenge is necessary. Now, revenge isn't always necessary. Yes, we can be the bigger person, but we don't always need to be the bigger person. And I got so tired of hearing that growing up. Like, was so tired of hearing be the bigger person, be the bigger person. Fuck that shit. Honestly, fuck that shit sometimes. Fuck that shit. I remember not my first, but one of my biggest arguments I remember, it was with this one girl and yada yada yada. So much different was happening, and it just kept happening and happening. And it got to the point where it was like I just got so pissed the fuck off, so I lost my shit, and it was ugly. It turned into insults, it turned into shit like that, and I was just like, I ate her ass. Like I what? Ate her ass. I ate like I what? ate her up. You know what? I'm not even gonna edit that out. That was kind of funny. But I ate her the fuck up. Was that ugly and that was a part of me I didn't want to show? Yes. But it was a side some people needed to see. And for me specifically, a lot of people have been able to walk over me because I don't show that side. They don't think it's there. They don't think it's there. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's why when people do kind of see me lose my shit, they're like, oh, I'm concerned. And I think mostly the only really people who have seen that is Michi. God, I lose my shit. I've lost my shit on him. Other people, it's insane. But sometimes you need to show your ass. You need to let people know they cannot, like, they can't keep fucking with you. Like, this shit cannot be happening. But also, revenge in a sense, like, I don't know, guys. This might just be me. And most of the time, I will say, okay, like, if it came to cheating, I'm definitely want to say, okay, fuck them, move on, bro. Get over with that shit. Fuck them, boss up, show them what the hell they're missing. I've always been like that. And I've always been like that for exes and shit like that. But sometimes motherfuckers be evil. Motherfuckers be doing trifling ass shit. And sometimes we need to be trifling back. Okay? Sometimes we need to be trifling back. Cause fuck you. Honestly, I don't know. And this might just be my opinion. Not everybody's gonna agree with this. And if you don't agree with this, that's perfectly fine. If you don't even want to listen to the rest of this, that's perfectly fine. But I will condone it. In my head, I'm like, I see no wrong. I see no wrong. Cause why the fuck did they play in your face like that? Like when my best friend's telling me about some shit and I'm like, But she's an OG crash out. So I just be like, sometimes she just handles shit her own. But when she be asking my opinions, I'm like, do they deserve it? And then if they do, I'm like, hit them with a car. I don't know. Hit them with a car. Never that. That is a joke. If anybody's listening, that is a joke. But some shit, like if you're gonna, like if you just, what, is this gonna be fucked up to say? Sometimes fuck his cousin. Fuck her cousin. Actually, I don't know. This is gonna be sexist. I don't know. In my head, I cannot see, because usually I cannot see a man doing a get back, but I can see women doing a get back, and I know it's fucked up, and I know that's wrong. Nobody needs to comment on that, okay? I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl. Please don't comment on that. I'm kind of hating this episode. I feel like I'm all over the place, but that's okay. That's okay. It's gonna happen, and not every episode's gonna be the best episode, but sometimes get your get back. I don't know. Get the revenge. Do what the fuck you need to do. And then move on with your life. And then heal. Do what you need to do. Take care of business. Stand on it. And then heal. And then do what you gotta do. I don't know why everybody's always trying to act like, oh, I'm oh so perfect. I don't do this. I don't do that. I'm never crazy. I'm never doing this. I don't know. Sometimes I literally go batshit crazy. And I think I see the most myself when I'm driving. When I have road rage, I'm not the type of person who's going to follow somebody or hit them, which I have been friends with people who are, and that genuinely scared the shit out of me. I'm not playing with my life. That's me, personally. Not you. That's fine. But for me, oh my gosh, when you hear me yapping in my car and I'm pissed the fuck off, sometimes I forget I have my window down. And I'll still argue with a bitch. And I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Use your fucking blinker, stupid bitch. And I'm just like losing my shit. And then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have did that. But it really does catch up to me when I'm like cussing some shit out and just pissed off, and then I look over and I see this old 80-year-old woman, and I'm like, oh, that's someone's grandma. And I'm like, oh my gosh, universe, God, I'm so sorry. Please don't hold this against me. So I mean, there's times like that. Oh, sorry guys. There's times like that, but I just wanted to let you guys know, sometimes be the villain, be the evil person, show people how it can get if they keep deciding to play with you. Show them how it can get. Show your fucking ass, because I promise you, most of the time, your ancestors and God will stand 10 toes be fucking behind you. If that shit is warranted, eat them the fuck up. Let them the fuck know to not play on your name. And that's it. Really? That's really it. But you gotta heal after. We gotta have some growth, okay? We can't just go AWOL all the time. That's not. I don't want you guys to end up in prison. I don't want me to end up in prison. I don't want anybody to end up, not even jail. None of it. But be comfortable with looking crazy. Sometimes we have to look crazy. Sometimes you have to go Karen. Sometimes you have to lose it. Be comfortable with it. Because if you're a normal person most of the time, like you're just vibing and you're fine, then that one time you do get crazy, people are gonna know, hey, let me not cross that with her, okay? Also, usually when you start reciprocating energy, people will think you're the villain. People will often think you're the villain when you show them. It's kind of like a mirror. When you start to mirror them and mirror their energy, and you're just like, this is what it is. And now they're looking at you like, what the fuck? But whole time, that's how you treated me. So why is it bad now? Why is it bad now, Wookie Woods? Why is it bad now? I'm mirroring you. So also, you can see that when you start reciprocating energy with people. But overall, that nice shit isn't always working. Sometimes that soft girl life isn't always working. Stop playing about your feelings. Stop playing about your feelings. I stopped playing about my feelings. I love life now. I'm with the right people. I have the right friends, the right boundaries, all of it. Stop playing about your feelings. This is your fucking life. Only yours. Quit trying to please everybody else. Respect yourself. Make other people respect you. Okay? Okay. Now that was today's episode, and I know it probably was everywhere, and most people probably could not sit through this on any good day. And I probably said some shit in here that was wrong. But it's okay. I need to accept sometimes I'm not a perfect person, and I might be the villain. All my ideologies and my thoughts are not right. And that's fine. That's fine. I'm just a growing woman. What can I say? What can I say? I'm not perfect at all. But I love people, I'm nice, and I'm healing. That's all that matters, okay? That is all that matters. But I hope you guys fucked with today's episode. If you didn't, I don't blame you, girl. I don't blame you. I was all over the place with this one, and it's simply just because it's one of them things where it's just like you get so distracted and pissed off at so many different things. You're just like, what the fuck? And I also just don't feel good. But I love you guys so much, and I really hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, show me on Instagram. Text me, do whatever. I often post like polls on like the Ditto Overshare Instagram and ask you guys questions. You guys picked out a dress. I don't think Michi would listen to this, but I'm looking for an engagement dress, okay? And you guys did pick the one I wanted. And honestly, it was going to be one of them things that even if you didn't pick the one I wanted, I probably still would have got it anyway. But you guys picked the one I wanted, okay? But I love you guys so much, and I hope you vibe with me and stick it out. Thank you so much for listening. Bye, besties.